And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Biddle Me This, episode 10, baby. We live, baby. We have special.
I'd like to say that I'm truly honored this morning to be with my two sons.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here listening to them talk about proud because I remember when they were little boys and I had to make a decision about it $40 electronic. I feel that I'm proud of the fact that I did that. And part of Black history. I will be traveling throughout the country this month, talking about a part of Black 1953. I signed a contract. Library of Congress that I was the youngest to play in that league, not knowing at that time that I would be the youngest one. Players that was too old to go in when Jackie Robinson opened the door. We are at present time we are 4 years old. I am the youngest one. Because as you read the books about our history, the Negro Baseball League, you'll find a lot of discrepancies. But, thank God there are players still living. They can leave this legacy with our young people. University. I'll be speaking at 13 universities this month in 6 different states. So, and I often talk about Milwaukee because they have not taken advantage of this history, even though in Milwaukee Bears. Thanks to the Milwaukee Brewers, who honor this legacy every year. Because of that legacy that was left 23 years ago, a team in the Negro Baseball League. And I hope my young people take advantage of this because most of the players that are living now
All right. Thank you, Daddy. So, like Daddy says, this is Black. The Negro Baseball League, which is a huge part of Black history, is very important. Can't forget that kind of stuff. So, Dan, you know me, you know him. Speak on yourself.
Oh man, they already know who I am. Mr. Controversial. Mr. Honesty.
Captain Honesty. Yes.
Captain Realness.
Captain Real.
The Prince. Yeah.
So, Daddy, you've never been on the show. You may have seen it once or twice. We talk about what's going on in the news, what's going on about the you know, whatever comes up. We just speak your mind.
There's so much happening now, son. That,
Speak on it.
Side down by individuals who don't give a doggone about human sacrifice of life. They are messing up things that have been set aside to protect Jesus Christ. He was never around rich people. He was always poor people. And the things he did for you should share it with the ones that don't have it. And that's my philosophy about the Democrats and the Republicans. You're going into the ballot booth to vote. So just remember one thing. If you vote dogs, no matter which way you vote, you're going to be in doghouse.
Oh, they're both millionaires. Well, one's a billionaire. Honestly, I don't think neither one of them got our best interest at heart. Yeah, that dude. He's not my president. Anyways, he don't care about us. But again, I tell people.
Yeah.
I don't love
So,
about him.
I mean, not that that's a thing to brag
Well,
on, but
when you look at the all of us are things that a person running for office so once they get in office, he found out it's not as easy to do this and that he had promised. He's not going to be that long, and I'm only saying that because on his way out. Everybody knows it. Everybody is just waiting when it's going to happen.
yeah, it's a TikTok. Yeah. So let's switch gears. Well, first I want to say shout out to Family Table. We're broadcasting live. But hey, it's a Wednesday morning, and the food good. Come eat. But let's. What y'all think about the Super Bowl? What y'all think about that? The Patriots lost it.
Cowboy Nation. Fly Eagles, fly though.
Packers. Oh, Amy just commented. She said, "Hey, Dad."
Hi, baby.
So
Eagles versus the NFL.
Yeah.
it was Eagles versus y'all breaking up real bad at the family table. Yeah, my bad. We streaming. This is a game though, more than anything. It's just a good
It was a
game.
good game. It
went on
came out
defense.
like I was hoping it would. I don't know. I always pull for the on. Still is.
But what happens when you're so
All right.
good to become the person that
We're hearing this.
I gotta blame that on Ben. Ben's a techie. He knows everything. I'm
This
just a
is-
personality.
Are you on the Wi-Fi?
Not on the Wi-Fi anymore.
Yeah, so you have to think this one. He using it to watch the stream while we streaming the stream.
Is it better? Yeah.
It should be better.
But you know, my internet is better, so you know.
Maybe you should be making the hotspot. I mean, everybody was surprised. Most people were surprised. Brady more than anybody, probably. So, I don't know. Good game.
I thought the refs was gonna be able to cheat for him with that.
Oh, Kaya said, "Hey, Grandpa."
Yeah.
Oh wait,
It was.
so ain't you supposed to be in school?
Yeah, Kaya, aren't you supposed to be in school? Kaya's commented. She's watching. She's supposed to be in that doctorate.
Watching us. Oh, if you need to be
Yeah.
in school, get us some money. Shoot, we need you.
Shoot, man.
Bro.
Nominated
Yeah,
here.
it was a ton of Me Too's.
Yeah.
Back to the old drawing board, fellas. Down because
Oh
of
yeah, yep. You didn't hear about that?
That's
Oh,
Trump
yeah, because they
said-
made the government shutdown. Yeah, they only did it.
Trump
for
said it's because of the Democrats. I got, and we gonna suffer from this.
But here's the thing that I don't get. Why can't everybody just get some money? You take your place in society.
It's not like that, son.
But it should be. That's the thing.
It should be. It never has been. The playing field is not equal.
Or
You got
diversity. You have to put
get
more
rid
people in
of-
power who are diverse.
You have to get
Like
rid
Asian
of
Empire.
bigotry, hatred.
Out of
People out there in powerful positions like it the way it is. They like black people put on the back burner. They like that.
But Daddy, I think they're always I think it's if you're not part of the good old boys club,
Yeah.
down with the good old boys club, you out the door.
It
Yeah,
goes
whatever.
right back. It goes right back to this black history that I talk about to my young people. Playing, they was
Oh, yeah.
playing together with white players, but somehow bigotry showed up. The black ball players excel faster than the white ball players. So if you own a team, you want the white owners saw it won't be long before it all be black players. So he had to end it. Says just like economic, just like everything else. Like you said, Justin. If the black ball players had to play in the major league parks, the Negro League team more fans than the major league team did in their own park. And this is what I mean about economics. To integrate, like they teach the kids, it was economic. The Negro League team was drawing more fans. This was a mere thought of Jackie. It had nothing to do with the Major League Ready to integrate. Like today, is the core. Economics
Exactly.
is
They're so proud of today's show.
is a powerful. More power you want.
The thing about it today, in society, we want to see excellence. As a society, we want to see excellence. So, if
Well,
There's
that's a
more
different thing, son. The reason more people were coming to watch them play. That's another part of it. They play the Negro League team. More daring. They did things, and a lot of people came out to watch them play.
because it was better.
Yeah, it was more exciting. Got to get some of this money too. We built this stadium, so we got to figure out a way to get these guys together so we can get.
We all strive for excellence. That's why we don't like Michael Jordan on a personal level. We look up to him. It's excellence.
Yeah.
LeBron. I like the nerd kid that gets the straight A's, but we love that his excellence.
Yeah.
See, those guys got millions of dollars, and that's great. I love it. That's good. Nothing. They are not in position to set laws in effect to help us. Jane ran for president.
With that, they don't have to
I
have
don't.
laws.
I don't.
That's the thing. If you're a billionaire, you don't have to have a law to give back.
No.
People as a collective to say, hey, we can give back. Let's change the city. Like I love Oprah to death, but when she built the worst areas in a major city without a trauma hospital. The one side of the city that has more murders. I never understood that.
Well, I mean,
You never understood it.
No.
it's not. That's not apples.
Well,
apples.
she did something that she probably won't. And somebody
we're chopping
with
up
power
that.
over there said a school,
Get out.
which was a great idea because you start. The men that are already up there, I doubt they would.
You have to probably. I'm listening.
But I think Oprah did the same thing they did back when they were saying, we got to integrate the schools. To think about it that time, they can't change them old people's mind, but if they start out in the school system, and as they got older, they would understand and make a change.
Not help. Anyway.
It helped a little bit, that situation. She couldn't do it all.
No, it helped Africa. It didn't help us here.
No, she wasn't trying to help here. She just saw. See,
Yes, but I think it was also a public thing.
Yeah.
Because what gets you more things?
Accolades.
Yeah, because they built a house. All those details, which most people don't.
45 minutes across town.
I'm sure hospital came into play when things were being discussed. Somebody said, let's build a recreation center. Somebody said, let's build a school.
If she chose a school, 5,000.
They probably See, South Africa is not.
It's an investment.
It's not. It's a good way.
She's giving the
She
money.
gave that money away.
She didn't give that money
She
away.
didn't invest. She get nothing from that
Yeah,
school.
trust me.
She wrote
Well,
off.
Some of that money
No.
she
But
had.
that's the thing. Building a school in Africa, you have to have money to be able to pay the teachers. You can't just give that money and then expect it. You have to be able to pay the bills. You have to be able to buy these stuff consistently until you make your money back.
Yeah.
With the school thing, you can't just give the money, buy the school, and then boom. Leave.
No, the payoff. It doesn't have a
The
monetary
investment the
back
school
payoff.
That you
had.
know of.
The investment the school
Yeah, but she
had
hires her kids.
was for the organization over there. She went over there and helped the situation. So now you're on your own. You take what I've given you and you make it better. And that's what hopefully
People have already
okay.
commented, but
you take very important people in this world. Reverend money was not a dictator.
I can't speak about Martin Luther King, but Al Sharpton, that.
Yeah, but he got an organization that he's running.
Is Al Sharpton the middle? Al Sharpton is definitely.
Al Sharpton is not a millionaire, son. He get paid through the church like all the rest of them do. And I'm sure being
The generates millions of dollars.
what he made pays a salary, and that's the salary he gets.
let me do a stream. All right, here we go.
I can do the comment.
Oh man, dang, that's clear.
Well, yeah, it's crystal clear.
That's perfect. Okay, people. All right, so we part two. I said this is part two. All right, so we switched off of the camera. We switched off of the camera, and now we're doing this, and they're pulling off two separate things. We gotta be careful though, don't bump it though. Stephen Smith back, Justin Biddle's watching. All right, so go ahead. You gonna talk about Al Sharpton, Reverend Al Sharpton, the Reverend.
Go ahead, Daddy. I'm sending his
Well,
invite.
Al runs an organization. He travels all over the country. They call him for this, they call him for that. And I'm sure it takes a lot. I know it takes a lot of money. And so that somebody Google that in there about Al. I bet you Al in the real life doesn't have that kind of money.
And why don't you think he has that money?
Because they just assuming because he does all the things that he do, he got a lot of money. Like he runs an organization, he travels everywhere, he helps different people. Michael Jordan was a professional basketball player. They knew how much money he was making and all this. He was the greatest. LeBron James was the greatest. And that's just a few. But there are a lot of black people got famous and made a lot of money. A lot of them threw it away. A lot of them did crazy things with it. But what I'm saying, if they had taken this money and put it into something that would help the poor. See, they got the money from the poor. If they would take that, they got it from the poor because poor man is one that was going to those games, buying his cars, buying his this, doing this.
Hey guys, people. Sorry to interrupt that. Is the stream looking better now? Is it going? Jar said, "What's up?" All right. Is the stream better? Is it clear? Are we clear? Can you hear us? Because I know we had problems before. Are we good? Let us know. All right. Keep on, Daddy.
Yeah, like if you probably Google me and ask me what's my worth, somebody may have put in there zero, somebody may have put in there millions. I don't know. They can Google anything they want to on you if they want to. Whether it's true or not is a different thing. But there are some people like Oprah, and I'm just using her because, and I'll put Al in there too. Dr. Martin Luther King, there was a lot of people that was worth a lot of money. But they took that worth to help many people as they could, to help set laws in effect to help those people. See, that's the problem. The laws they got on record up there is what devastating.
So how would you like these laws to change?
Yeah, if you had the power to change it, what would you do?
First thing you have to do is get Trump out of there.
Lord, Daddy, you can't make a Trump.
No, the way you do it, son. You gotta educate the people about the truth.
Yeah.
That's it. You got this man said this and that, and you got 20,000 people agreeing with him. You got
it's more than that.
You got 100,000 people over here that don't agree with him.
Like the State of the Union. You
And
just
back
described the
forth.
State of the Union address. You just described it.
Yeah. So if he would just if the public will educate themselves, I'm gonna say that because it's out there. But they won't look at the truth. They look at things that they want to happen, want to see.
Versus what's real.
They talk about things that they won't to happen, but they won't do it when they talk. They know it. They know this is what needs to happen to change things, but they won't do it.
But at the end of the day, Daddy, here's the thing. As people, like you said, we have to educate ourselves. What we have to do is more. Well, I guess just as important as educating ourselves is we need to come together and find out what is our problem within ourselves. Why do we want to pay $500 for a shirt at Gucci versus going down to Walmart for the same exact shirt without the 2-inch logo and pay $5? What is it within us that says, "Hey, I want to give my money away"? Why are we trying to give our money away?
It's like Kanye said. They're trying to buy respect, buy that feeling. There's a gap there.
Kanye is also releasing products.
Yes, but I'm just talking about what he talked about. Earlier on, he talked about that. He knew it. He was able to kind of say, he was like, I'm just trying to help them feel good. I think it more boils down to a lack of
self-confidence,
self-esteem, self-worth. Yes.
That's the problem.
Because if you knew you do stuff, man, you can wear anything. And you understand that what's in there, what's in you, matters more than what is on you.
Yes.
Well, you have to look at what caused it.
And that's what it is. That's what I want to get to the root.
Yeah.
The public needs to be educated on things that because someone else wear it doesn't. I don't have to wear it, and I don't know. Education is a thing, but they take a T-shirt and put it in a place. 2 or 3 kids wear it, then 50 other kids see it, and they want it. And they want it. And this is how marketing is done on the young generation. I'm going to say the young generation because the old generation don't get into it.
Yeah, no, I think, but that has to do with maturity too.
No, I don't believe so, Benji.
The older people get, the more independent they get, the more less F's they give.
No.
The older people's the one on it.
Not you tell.
No, but that's the thing. No. I believe the older we get, our following mentality changes. That's all it does. It changes. It goes from, what kind of clothes are you wearing to, I don't know, what kind of car are you driving? Things like that. It changes.
Yeah, so it's
still
more
a following mentality.
Let me change that. Audrey's watching.
It's just what we're doing is what we follow is different. Yeah. That's the problem. And we have to literally look in the mirror as a society, we have to look in the mirror and say, hey, what makes me want to follow this person?
Yeah.
What makes me want to wear what Kim Kardashian is wearing? What makes me want to wear Michael Jordan shoes as he's wearing? Michael Jordan put his pants leg on one time, one leg at a time.
And I think it's that He said, "Hey, Grandpa." I think it's the glorification of other people. Like we're basically worshiping other people.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big problem. Kaya's back. Rachel One's in there.
What's happening is the man that's putting it in the system.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he's a great marketer. He markets in this product. He knows where to go to market it at. The young generation.
Right.
Once they get it in there and they get buying it, then it's
so all right.
You
So
make $1 million.
Auntie Dorothy too. So here's a question, Jack. So we've got the Jordans, which obviously not that quality. They're just shoes. Sorry, and they're good, but I'm sorry. Can they make? Are they the best ever?
No.
Are they the Rolls Royce?
Not at all.
And that's my next point. Rolls Royce. There's only so many made, right? Mm-hmm. It's a quality product, and it's a status symbol.
No. You look at it like this. If you bought a Cadillac and I bought a Cadillac, your Cadillac you drove it for 10 years and that had nothing to do with it. Didn't have to repair nothing. I had to repair from day one that I got it. What am I going to say? That Cadillac said nothing. And you're going to praise the Cadillac. That's how the world survives.
But, the world works also like this. You are more likely, if I just love my Cadillac and I do it, I may not even say anything. But if you have a problem with something, people speak up. You hear the negative way more. Yes. Because if people have a problem with something, they're going to speak up. Whereas if they're just cool with it,
I don't know, bitch. When it comes down to buying products, I don't know. That's the thing. We complain more, but at the same time, we
Dennis Biddle wrote, Dennis Biddle Jr. Yep, 15 years I've been doing this, and they will never allow our history in their stores. So, explain.
I lost my train of thought. Jesus, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's that this idea of perception of value.
A lot goes into, you may have a product, and I own this big company, and Justin got a product, and I like Justin's product, but I don't like your product, so I ain't gonna put your product in my store.
Yeah.
See? So you got things like this happening all over, son. Not just like
there's
that,
politics being played
in the same matter.
Politics being played.
But what I don't
politics is in everything.
Why don't we get back to where the best quality product
we are
the best quality employee?
You know what?
Wins.
Okay, you know why we're getting back to that? Why Uber came in and destroyed stuff?
Shout out to Uber, by the way.
Because like the cash system, that's the thing that whatever, and that's a whole nother that which dipped under 7,000 now.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it like this, fellas.
Yep, man, you buy it.
Look at it like this. Human beings are crooked.
See, human beings are crooked. The general public is stupid.
Yes, I believe the general public is stupid. This is why I believe the general public is stupid. Because we praise Kim Kardashian, her family, and their family screwed the hell up. The daddy, the mama.
But it's attention and entertainment. We've been taught to
want attention over money.
You got to look at the reasoning for starting different things. You started with the young people, man. The old people, it's gone.
Yeah. They don't have the influence that they once had. And that's something that's a big change. Because it used to be that the elder people, they handed everything down, and then everybody followed fast.
But that's because the world's changing faster than the elders are getting older. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so the elders can't get on the Snapchat.
Right.
They can't speak the same medium and language.
Right. And back to what I do is the reason Mr. Sherwood Brewer and I, early in life, decided we got to educate our young people about the true history of the Negro baseball league while we are still here. Because the historians and writers, they have messed that history up.
Yeah.
And they only wrote about our history things that were sell a doggone book. They didn't care about that part they swept under the rug. And that's why I'm having the problem I have today. Well, I won't say I'm having today. These old men have had throughout their lives. And my problem is you go and educate those young people the true history so they'll know what happened.
But we also have to want the young people to want the knowledge.
Yeah, but that's the pull. That's a shoot. Of anything, We just don't have a marketing plan for marketing the kids. Snapchat and all them have a better marketing plan than parents have for their kids. That's a problem.
The problem, no, on a major scale, though, man, it's not even about marketing plans. It's, again, we got to question ourselves. Why don't our young kids want to know the history? That's the real issue.
It's immediate. It's immediate. It doesn't give an immediate hit. That dopamine. The phone is a big thing. Read on the history. I was researching. You already know. We get that dopamine hit. Like phones are a drug. Oh, I'm gonna check Snapchat and Instagram and all that to see if I got a like or something. And they get a good feeling on it, and then they get addicted to that feeling.
But that's the thing.
Here in history doesn't do that.
If you love your race, it should give you a big hit to find out, oh wow, black people invented
You're right. But how long does it take? Versus, like, if we made a video, and this video, I guarantee we would get a bigger hit if this video was 30 seconds versus 2 hours.
But it's a bigger reward though in the long run.
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
You have to do 30 minutes of research to find out a black man invented, I don't know, whatever we invented. We
should just pick something.
Yeah.
No, and you're right. But that in the hit is bigger. The benefit is way bigger. But if they don't take the time to do it, then the benefit is zero.
But why would we want to have, basically, why we want to have a lot of small hits versus putting in the work to get one big hit, which is more than every small hit put together? Why are we so lazy as a society that we're willing to do little things versus working toward that one big thing that encompasses everything?
I don't know. I think that, I mean, if you look at Black History Month and Black in general, we've hit a point where it doesn't affect our everyday life as much. Like, it does. Clearly it does. But it's not as... I can't explain.
So let's go back to slavery time. A lot of things that we are using today and have used throughout our lifetime was invented by slaves.
Yes.
Yep.
They invented things not to get credibility. They didn't know nothing about the credibility. They invented things to make work easier for them.
Yes.
The master saw what a great product there was, and he capitalized on it by patenting it. And today, our young people don't know.
We know this country's built on
They
the
stand
back.
there and wait for the red light. They don't know who.
Yeah, see, and that is a very now that. Now, but how do you package that up? Like, and that goes into another topic I was going to get into, Black Panther, because the reviews hit. They'll ask people talking reviews, even better than the first impression. But there you got to make sure you go see Black Panther.
Okay.
Because they said this is unabashedly black.
Oh, yeah.
It was like they knew what they were making. But here's the thing. Now, let me go and explain to you about Black Panther. He's a comic book character. Black Panther is a king of Wakanda. Wakanda is a country in Africa. It's the most advanced country in the world. But they keep it secret. They had the cure for cancer years ago, and they got way more advanced. So, in the way you think about it, it's like, okay, we made this stoplight, cotton gin. What else? Open heart surgery. Like, there's so many things we've done. So essentially, that's what the movie does. It goes through and says, we did this, we made that, we made this. So imagine if all those things we created, we kept in a country and made it like 100 years ago. But our country kept on advancing. But it's a secret. Nobody knew about this country. We kept it secret. We didn't want them messing with us. That's what this movie is going to be showing. Like, I'm not trying to give you spoilers, but it's big. But it takes that idea and makes it into a movie. That's what I'm talking about, a way to package it.
Yeah. There was a movie put out about, I'm getting back to Black History again.
Black History Month.
Bingo Long. Hollywood put out a movie about the Negro League.
Bingo Long.
Bingo Long. Now, this was a comedy. Now, that was a disgrace to those men that caught hell.
Right.
They made them clowns.
Caught hell. But what they did in this movie, and did not know what they were doing, they made another part of our Black history. They had a woman. Some director came up, let's have a woman on in one of those Negro League teams and make a commentary out. They fighting against each other. And this is what they did. But they did not know that a woman did own a Negro League ball team. They did not know that woman was Madam C.J. Walker.
Adam C. Walker.
The richest black woman in the
Dude.
world.
She made, what was it? Was it hair stuff?
She made a product that was straight black people hair.
Dude, she made so much. I read about her. I saw a movie. Man.
And that Undertaker they had in that movie was an insurance agent that charged $1 per family, black family, and buried everybody in the family. Became the second richest man in the world. They only paid $1 a week. They didn't know they were showing this. It was a comedy. It was a disgrace to those old men.
Let me ask you this. Do you think it had to get pitched as a comedy to get funded?
To get through the door.
But whoever was writing it knew that information and put it
Trojan
in there.
horse.
Yeah.
They snuck the idea. They snuck the message in.
Yeah, they snuck it in.
Just kind of like Black Panther.
They
snuck it in as like a superhero movie.
I think the director or the writer for this movie thought it was a great idea. They knew the owners of the Negro League team was all black in the beginning.
Right.
They was any black person that had money on the Negro League team. So they came up with an idea, why don't we have a woman on the team and fighting against, they came up with, it was a comedy and it was a disgrace to a part of American history. And that these old men living today, suffering from it today. But that was Hollywood made. They made a lot of money. They still make money. I bet you that movie is being shown 100,000 times this month, Black History Month.
Oh, yeah.
And thank God they gave us the shortest month in the world in the history. February, the shortest month. They can't show it for 28 days.
29 on leap year.
Yeah.
So, right.
And, I mean, yeah.
But that's the Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah.
They don't tell the truth about that.
Red Tails was Tuskegee.
They came up with the Red
But see,
Tails.
there's a shadow behind. There's a dark shadow behind that.
That was the good part about it.
Yeah.
They don't talk about all them planes they lost.
Or the
They
experiments.
lost a lot of planes, man.
Or the experiments they did on all the.
Yeah, that's another part of it. But February is the month that they supposed to be expressing this and showing this, so our young people, the little babies that last year didn't understand nothing, can understand it now and continue on. And that's why they have Black History Month. Little kid asked me, I was speaking to some sixth graders, and one little white boy was in the class. He sat over there and he watched me. He never took his eyes off me. And after I got through speaking, he said, Mr. Biddle, do we have a White History Month?
Yeah, it's called 11 other months.
I said, you have to ask your teacher.
Including February.
Yeah, because and that's but that's a whole all lives matter.
But that's just, like Martin Luther King birthday, they're just not bringing it to full. Some places don't even honor it.
Yeah, they sure don't.
Exactly. Yeah. It will. They will.
One day they will.
Isn't it a federal?
It's a federal holiday.
It's a federal holiday, but people don't honor it.
Yeah.
That's something.
But your president just made it into a federal holiday. Yeah, I know. People were sitting back looking mad when you doing that. Like, this dude. He only doing this brownie point. Not
Yeah, it's just like when he said the unemployment.
He did it because it was right. It should have been done before. But everything Obama put up there, they turned it down.
No, he needed something where, that's the bad part about it, is that when Obama was president, he should have been unapologetically black. And he was to a certain extent. Don't get me wrong, his personality was unapologetically black. But there were certain things that he would have gotten super scrutinized on.
Yes, including that.
It's kind of crazy on how Donald Trump was able to go in there and make Martin Luther King birthday a federal holiday. Nobody backed it out.
Yeah.
Let
Obama had done that. Man, he's
assassinated it.
Yeah.
They would have been
Right.
All you think about is black folk.
All right.
Carmen back in.
Yeah, Jesse Jackson did the same thing.
Oh, Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, that's your friend.
Jesse Jackson.
Can't rock with him.
Okay, so Lord, so that happened.
How long was y'all's show?
long as we want to be.
Queen Nefertiti got shown on the Today Show.
Y'all got to do it in 30 minutes.
Shoot, we ain't, this is not TV. We ain't got no commercials yet.
Oh,
Y'all
no
want to
commercials.
advertise, let us know. All right, so, Jay,
I'm going to give you your first commercial.
All right, so on the Today Show,
Queen Nefertiti got shown. It's King Tut's mom.
Okay, King Tut's mom, Queen Nefertiti.
From Egypt. In Africa. She's a white woman.
She was shown off as
a white woman.
They created a model of her face,
a statue of her face,
and she was
shown
quite
as
Caucasian.
It's kind of weird because
I heard they're gonna redo Harry Tubman too.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me because I see the 20 still ain't came out yet. But
we closing now?
No.
Oh no. I would go to close with your ancestors. Your distant ancestor was in politics. My great grandfather was in politics.
Who?
He was in politics. He ran for the border and made it too. That's why we're here today, fellas.
There we go.
Oh, daddy.
But
wow.
No, but Queen Nefertiti.
Oh Lord.
It's King Tut's mom. And let me tell you the hypocrisy I find in that they made her white. Here's the hypocrisy. Every time back in the day with black folks, they said, go back to Africa. Go back to Africa. They said the black folks.
Mm-hmm.
But then now we have a black woman who's obviously a mother to a black son, who obviously was black. They found this tomb. How the hell she turned out to be white?
No, we're going to say that Maury. She is not the mother.
Right.
Whoever they unveiled, that's not her. I'm sorry. That's just like,
you got to be kidding me.
So, Dad, what if they had a new statue?
We've got new evidence saying that Harriet Tubman was white.
Oh man.
You wouldn't believe it, would you?
No.
Hell no.
The youngest living Negro League player.
But
They're going to redo your movie and be like, we found out Dennis Biddle was really white.
But I would say this. Think about it, fellas. Had not it been for some good white people, she couldn't have done what she did.
No, it was. That's why I don't try to group them all together.
Did what she did.
I try to group all white people together. There's a lot of good ones.
It's a lot of.
There
was a lot of white people marching with Dr. Martin Luther King.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders was one of them. Bernie Sanders, man, God, Bernie Sanders.
And there, in my life, my line of work, the Negro League, there's a lot of good white people that are with me. They realize that the black ball players was done wrong, mistreated. So now they'll do anything to help the situation, including the players that are still living. I was lucky. I'm gonna say luck. I got benefits. I fought the major league for 25 years, thanks to Bud Selig, who helped me, and we got benefits. We got major league benefits for 27 Negro League ball players that never played in the major league. And thanks to Bud Selig, because these men, and some of them living today, would have been Hall of Famers had given the opportunity. They never had it.
Easy Hall of Famers.
Yeah, it was too old to go in when Jackie opened the door. They never had a chance, So I'm fighting now. We got 56 players still living, including myself, that did not get benefits because the qualification to qualify, you had to play 4 years in the Negro Baseball League. I only played 2 years, and most of the men living now only played 2 years. So I'm asking them to lower the criteria to 1 year.
Yeah.
Which would include all of these old men.
They could easily do it.
Yeah, I mean, and
they
the
can
amount of
easily do
old
it.
men, it wouldn't
The
matter.
commissioner right today got a letter on his desk that I sent him last month asking him to do this. I have not heard a word from him. I probably won't.
You might.
But he's going to get another letter and another letter
There you
until
go.
I can't write anymore.
Yep, and that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it.
Every no you receive, you're closer to a yes.
But as I travel around the country, the universities, and high school, and I'm looking at my young people sitting out there, some of them don't know nothing about what I'm talking about. I'm hoping that some young person
Appreciate it, man.
hear me and take this further than what I have. That's what I'm hoping.
There you go.
Perfect time.
Yeah. We're back.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so People gonna be like, oh, they lost the strain. So, yeah, you're right, Daddy. You're right. I'm trying to get it back to the camera so I can try to catch it.
Yeah. I think our black churches should do more than what they're doing.
I think now you messing with, you gonna hit a nerve. Speaking of, let me go throw my little segue in here. So let me go tell y'all about something. There's a show. It's called Black Lightning. We just had episode 3. Black Lightning is amazing. It's on the CW. It's their newest superhero show. Black Lightning keeps it real. And in
Static Shock?
No, that's Static Shock. Black Lightning. Now, this show, what can I say about it? It's just good. It tackles real issues. Oh, this week? Because the first episode was how the cops treat black people, how black people treat black people, black on black crime, violence, drug. Episode 3, they hit the church, and cops had a real good cop. He was like, oh, he had an argument with the preacher. He's like, so why are you even sitting here with your $20,000 Rolex, and you're wiping your head with your silk scarf, and your little fancy suit? He's like, we got young black cops out there dying. We're done. Trying to protect more black people. So when you're ready to actually put your money in your mouth and do something, he's like, let me know. And basically, and I'm summarizing it, but that 5 minutes, that little confrontation, he stepped to him. He's the police commissioner or whatever. He black, and the preacher, and the preacher's Pinky from Friday After Next, or next Friday. Pinky. Dude, it was good. That's just black. That's black TV. Like it's like the Black Panther TV show. Trust me.
But at some point,
Joy.
I believe
Joy's watching. No, she's watching on the camera. Joy's watching. She just said, "My uncle and cousins. Yes, we are."
My baby.
the thing about it is, as black people, to come together, I do believe the media is going to be the one that's going to make us come together. Not a political leader. None of that. Because sadly, if Martin Luther King was alive today, LeBron James would be able to have more followers.
That's so
Because for some odd reason, we praise sports stars over our real stars.
We talk the praise money.
And I'll tell you, it's been proven. When Donald Trump got in office, what black leader did he bring in? He tried to make sure to bring Kanye. He tried to make sure to bring Steve Harvey. We got a rapper and we got a comedian. Never did he bring in
how he
anybody.
sees black.
That's how he sees us. And he also shows that he also sees us as people who will follow a celebrity versus somebody who's actually out there fighting for the people.
Yeah.
Because had he cared, or had he even thought that it was a better look to have any one of the black leaders come out, he'd have had them out there because it's a better look for him. Yeah. But he knows that we're followers. So he's like, I want to be Steve Harvey. He got a lot of black folks. Let me get Kanye. Let me look at him. That's why I give shout outs to Jay-Z. Yeah. I give shout out to Beyonce. They were invited. Mm-hmm. They were like, hell no. The NFL asked Jay-Z to do the halftime show. He came up on hell no. Beyonce and wore Colin Kaepernick jersey when he said no.
That's how. And Jig is big enough to be able to do that. No, you're right. You 100% right. I was gonna say you're right. Everybody's big enough to be able to do that.
At some point, we gotta start putting money above everything else.
Yeah,
that's my biggest issue. Is that we put money at such a high pedestal. Like that really matters.
It really doesn't.
Look, you drive a Mercedes on them Impala, 4 wheels, and he goes. That's the problem. Whether your shirt says Gucci or Dad says Gucci and mine says Fucci, it's still a shirt with 2 sleeves.
Where our value isn't based on what we wear. Yes, right. Our self-worth, all that. Because when you walk, man, and a lot of people, but they've used that. Like even with women, it's really bad with women in appearance.
Ooh.
Like
women. He said that's bad for appearance.
No, I'm saying they put a lot of value. They've been taught and raised to put a lot of value on their appearance. Therefore, my appearance, if I don't look like whatever the model is that they say is perfect or good, if I don't look like that, or if I don't look like that, then I'm not I'm not as good.
That is very true. Which I think boggles my mind.
And the men, it's earning ability. Earning ability.
Well,
yeah.
That's
so. But if we can get back to what really matters,
and what really matters,
your self-worth, things with merit.
family.
So what do?
Your earning potential does matter.
Yes, it does. It does. As long as we already covered this. As long as you can take care of yourself.
No, you also got to be able to take care of your family.
Well, yes, but as a man,
Daddy.
Lord, see, we had to talk about this last week, though.
Daddy.
Yes.
Daddy. In a relationship.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Should a man be able to take care of the family? Or should it be 50-50? Or should the woman take care of the family?
Son, in the beginning, it was like that.
Let the man take care of the
Man
family.
take care of the family.
I told you.
No, but as time changed,
Society got a little
things
screwed up.
changed.
Yep.
It got to be where
You almost have to have two incomes.
it had to have two incomes to survive.
Yes, that's very true.
So, and that was a way of breaking up families.
Ain't that crazy? No, you're right.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was meant, if it was meant to do that, put that to break up family, or was it a part of everyday life?
No.
I know they got a program now. I forget what they call it, but it's the same thing as the WIN program. Some congressmen put up there the WIN program where you help the man get a job. You pay someone, you give them money to pay child support so the woman can go to work. And that broke up a lot of families. Because if the man was working and she was working,
They were getting on benefits.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he wasn't working and she was working, he had to leave the house.
That was classism, but it was set
That
up
is
like that.
crazy.
That's right.
It, to break up
To break up
families.
families.
Yeah, so
And that
if you
down through the
had to
years,
have the benefits.
Things have been put in for the same thing now. This thing Trump got out there, breaking up those families. Those kids been on here all their life.
DACA.
Now they got the.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's one of the craziest things that they could.
They
Before.
can't even
And
make
yet
that
these
make
people
sense.
out there voting for this man who advocated this dude when he got in office.
Well, here's my thing, man. When I talk to these people on a daily basis as supporters, it's almost comical.
Yeah. It's like they're not thinking for themselves.
They're so, yeah, that's what it is. That's like some of the stupidest stuff in the world.
Yeah, and they're just repeating the talking points.
That's it. It sounds crazy.
Yeah, like we had a thing about that because it happened in the Bush times too. I remember we did it in college. We wrote down the talking points and we had walked around with index cards and we talked to people like that. And as soon as they would say one,
That was one of the biggest
they
things.
would get so mad. But it's true though.
That was one
It's
of
true.
That was one of the major things Mr. Stewart Brewer and I inherited when we started this organization, Helping the Negro League. Okay? Because we didn't know at the time that those owners and managers never copyrighted the word Negro League. They let it go to the public. We didn't know. We part of it. We didn't even know it was going to the public. Only time we knew it was going to the public when we heard about a museum in Kansas City representing the players.
Which it does.
And we found out they only preserved the history of us to make more money.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a profit.
Yep.
So what Mr. Brewer and I had to do is copyright the word yesterday's Negro League to represent the player. And because of this, all hell broke loose. All those organizations out there that were making money off our name and likeness protested. And here we are, the players.
Who actually put the work in.
The players that play.
Still, yeah. We actually
And they was adhering to an organization that preserved the history of the players.
which makes no sense.
See, but that's the thing. That's why I think like the college athletes should get paid as well.
True, too.
It doesn't make sense that the people who are doing the work aren't getting the money. That don't make sense. The coach can get paid, the referee can get paid, the fans have to pay to get in, they're paying their settlers.
So men out there getting the heck knocked out of can't
They
get it done.
can't get it done.
And that's one of those things where all they can make it happen.
Oh,
All they
can
do is
make it
ban
happen.
like we're gonna stop playing.
That's it.
Watch how quick they would change.
There's
They
so much
arguing.
politics in it.
Yeah,
And that's the problem.
They're
They can't get the
arguing.
politicking together.
But
How they gonna do it?
But that's why I never understood college athletes and why they hate this style. Here's the thing, you're not getting paid anyway. Not like you're in the NFL or NBA where you're already sitting paid. You're not getting paid anyway.
But they say that's your chance to show off. So
but you can go overseas.
That's the argument.
But you can go overseas.
Yes, and see, but
that's why that's why college athletes I never understood. It's like y'all can
but see, but too many people
All they got to do is stop.
So let me show you what's happening. Right now, there's a vacuum. Like you said, everybody making money, but they ain't having to pay out. Now, when they got to pay out, somebody's got to lose that money. Those are the ones holding on. Those are the ones gonna make sure they break it up. No, y'all need to talk about. You only 4 years to get to the league. You need to focus on getting to the league.
That's how that is so crazy that this is last this long. That you can literally have free labor. I tell people, hey, guess what? Guess what else was free labor?
It goes back further than that.
No.
It goes back to.
And that's what I want to get on that. Think about this. When college athletes go, what do they get? Free room and board. But they're free labor.
Before then, son.
No, but think about
listen to what he's saying, Daddy.
Ooh, college athletes just get free room and free board. It's supposed
free scholarship.
And supposed education that most of them not gonna use. What does slaves get? Free room and free board.
And got to work the fields. Yep.
While everybody else got paid
from their labor.
It ain't no different.
It is. Yeah.
The problem is slaves ran to get the hell out. The problem with the college athletes, they're running too. Doing free labor.
Yeah.
Which makes
but to make that happen, son, is what I'm going to
change, man.
To make that happen, a lot of politicking went on before that happened. On the college competing against each other for different athletes. And it goes further than that, on back to the high schools. But this college coach knows this coach. He got a player that he knows.
Just like the slave owners. That's the thing.
That's right.
Line them all up.
That's right.
Yep.
They bid it on every one.
Yeah, they only send scouts out.
Yeah. And here's the crazy thing, right? They say, oh, some college players get paid under the table. There's also some house niggas too. There's also some house niggas too. They got to sleep in the house and not sleep in the fields too.
Yep, and they think they're doing a little bit better because of it.
Right.
See, it's going to change. It's going to change because the system, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
And the reason why it doesn't make sense is because of the NFL and the NBA and all that. Because like who was it? Somebody did. They skipped college. It was straight. Was it Kobe?
Now they play out of high school.
Kobe skipped college.
Kobe skipped and went back and got his money. I mean, when he got his stuff. And got the play long.
Vince Carter did it.
So here's the thing. If that becomes they went back and got their education.
Kobe did it.
But now they really they went and got their degree. Would they ever even use that degree?
No. But here's the thing.
Would they have to?
No. But here's the thing, man. Funny thing is, when more people stop going to the NBA, that's when NBA raised up the age limit. Like, oh yeah, now it's 19 to get in. But most people are like, shit, I either can sit at home or I can go to college for that 1 year. But now people are getting smarter. Like, I'm going overseas.
Yep, and they're making that money.
They got so mad at LeVar Ball. I was like, yo, I just took my son out of college. If you're going to suspend him for the year, I'll just take him out of college and get him paid. And he'll build up his stock. And then he can double back and go to the league.
Because what they're doing is they're looking at the real game versus the feeling of how it used to be.
Right.
Like, it's been like so a certain way for years and years, and they're looking at, hold on, that doesn't apply anymore. Like, this is the real game. Like, and the more that people do it, the more people see it, the more people copy, the more people, and that's how the system changes.
Here's the funny thing about LeVar Ball. As long as he was messing up, they're covering. Now that his boys over there doing great, you don't hear a peep. Now that his son in the league and the Lakers are doing great, you don't hear a peep. As soon as he mess up, it's gonna be all over.
Yeah, you'll hear about it. And this is why. See, and that's why you shouldn't do that.
And that was the craziest thing that I saw about LeVar Ball, is that as long as he was saying, my son's better than Steph Curry's everywhere. But as soon as people started looking like, wait. He's opening up his own league. Wait, he's overseas and he named a whole league after his company that he started up from scratch. All of a sudden, you hear nothing.
Yeah, because they don't. But that
I love it though.
See,
I love it.
But that's the whole economy now. We're switching to a gig economy where your brand, you are the thing that's for sale. That is important.
It's always like that.
So
Michael Jordan.
Yes.
We bought Jordan shoes. Yeah. Not for Nike. We bought them because of him.
Jordan.
He was smart. He was the first athlete to get smart enough to say, y'all want me.
Yeah, and just like remember the basketball games?
Yeah.
Couldn't use them.
Yeah.
Until he was like, okay. Because he was a part of the Slayer Foundation and all that.
So like Terrell Owens.
Things change with that.
If T.O. ever wants to, and he frustrated me because they voted him in the Hall of Fame. Number one, I'll never understand why the hell if the Hall of Fame is intentionally keeping you out. If I was simply up there getting a Hall of Fame speech, I'm dropping my gun. And you say, you know what? We shouldn't get treated like this. There's no reason why almost 100% of wide receivers that are in the Hall of Fame are black, but that's the only position that nobody's ever got voted first ballot on, except Randy Moss just recently.
Yeah, and that's because Randy Moss went and did a lot of stuff.
He got voted out of the Hall of Fame.
Randy Moss, yep. Him and Terrell was saying this.
I didn't know that.
When they went to the,
he had to make the ones around the media.
Yeah, he had to do. He campaigned for that. You can tell because last 5 years, you've been seeing Randy Moss in sport. He was making up for all the crap he did when he played, making goodwill. So now they can feel good about.
Why like him on Michael Vick?
Because if they vote somebody in that we don't like him, blah, blah, people are gonna be mad. So you have to have somebody that they feel good about. That's crazy.
But they knew they couldn't vote in Randy Moss without voting in T.O.
Yep, and see that's another interesting thing. I mean, you can just
all
play.
politics.
If I was
Built on
If
politics.
I was T.O., I'd drop my gold jacket. I'd rob me something.
And be like, yeah.
Like
But it would make a really good statement too.
Yeah. What's the Hall of Fame really?
There's a tear down. I can't call it tear down, but
That's the thing about Terrell Owens is he called him out already. He already said, "Hey, y'all talking about my off the field antics when I've never been arrested, but you have murderers, the people who have drug addicts, people who beat on their wives in the Hall of Fame. Y'all get on me about dancing, really?
yeah,
If I would drop my jack, I promise. I hope he drop it. You're not gonna do it.
he ain't gonna do it.
But I would love
it would be
get up there and be like, you know what? Thank you for getting me in, but I'm good.
And just play my video, play his comments again, or just restate his comments because he's right, and that makes a statement. But I think we're getting to a point in society where real things matter versus just the appearance. Yep. That's one thing that's changed. It's a change for the better.
I watched Colin Kaepernick. He basically gave up his roster spot.
Dude, he gave up a lot
everybody
just to speak, just to be able to speak. Like that's, we will look at that as a modern day Rosa Parks. We will be looking at that.
More to him will be a modern day Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna be.
And history will. It's gonna validate. We're gonna look at it like, rapper gonna talk about it.
Of course, he's good. Like, I'll cap his props.
Yeah. And then you heard what's the name, president when the president shouts out what you did in his stadium. You heard what Trump said, right? What is that? They just stand for the national people who actually
don't even know the words.
Sure don't. Which
kind of crazy. But here's the thing, man, about Cap and all that. I love when people, and of course, I work at the hospital. I see a ton of people all day. People say, "Oh well, I don't. He was very good to get a roster spot." So when have you ever seen a starter get out the league? That's why I put up them stats. I'm like, y'all do know that he got the same exact stats as this dude who they got over there from the Patriots. Almost the same exact stats to be numbered. Only the one guy they're talking about brand new big contract. The other guy somehow isn't good enough to play in the league.
That's their excuse or reason. It's politics. It's all politics. It's all politics.
Everything concerning life these days is politics.
Because one thing now we can choose. I'm gonna shout out the internet because I've seen firsthand technology. I know how to manipulate it, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff. But technology is an X-ray. It's been an X-ray on stuff. So now we've seen the truth. Like when Obama had when they had to start, he started to say, no, White House, we're gonna start publishing the numbers of all this stuff, what the votes, what this cost, the budget. We're making it all public, transparency. Love it. People were pissed because now you can look, congressman. People are you got to stand behind your words. There's no more hiding.
How many people out there know that Trump is living off of something when it comes to employment, the low rate drop?
What he said about black.
He's living off of something that Obama
did.
Started.
Yeah.
They never look at the part
right.
that he started it. They look at what he's doing. Just because he's president.
See, any economist worth their salt will tell you the lag.
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny said, happy brunch. People's personal lives are being tied in with their professional careers. No off time for the social media crowd. And he's right. Like, if you're a celebrity or anything, you have to have a social media. You have a Facebook. You got an Instagram. You got Twitter. You don't know how to use none of that. But you gotta have it because you're a personality. Yeah. You have to have it. It's not like, oh, you know, I like looking at this and that. No, you have to have it because, like, there's certain people who don't have, they like, what is it? They're awful. They don't have Twitter. They got Instagram, Facebook, and all. That's weird. They don't have Twitter. Where are they trying to hide?
But that's the thing, man. Social media allows you to put a context behind what they see on the field or whatever they see in the movie. Like Denzel, you can see his movie, but if he didn't give those platforms to social media, or Will Smith, take Will Smith for example, just recently, he joined Instagram. People got to see more of him to show how motivational inspiration really is.
Yeah, and when that one video already went viral, it is right. I mean,
that interviews, you knew he was like that.
That was okay. Somebody talked about. We should talk about that video. We're gonna talk about that video too. What he said in there, it was It was about responsibility versus accountability,
something like that.
Yeah, he was basically saying it's like
it's like you choose to react to things.
It's how you choose to react to things. Yes, like because you have the respect. Like I was raised this way. Blah 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 blah. Okay, now if you're old enough and intelligent enough to realize you were raised a certain way, and that way may have been wrong, then guess what you should do? Because you can either sit there and whine about being raised that way, or you can change it
and do something.
But that's your choice. That's the responsibility. And I talk to the kids all the time. Like, all right, somebody says something you didn't like it. Stop, take a breath, look at their intention. For one, was their intention to make you mad? 9 times out of 10, no. Now, knowing that their intention was not to make you mad, can you still get mad?
Exactly. Should.
You can't logically, if you're thinking logically, and then even if they were trying to make you mad, well, I'm gonna get mad. Even then, on that 10th time, if you know their intention was trying to make you mad, would you still choose to consciously get mad? And that's the whole idea of reaction. Like, take a breath. That's all I say. You get upset about something, you about to react in some kind of way, take a breath and think. Because guess what? There's no clock on it. If you do that, ain't nobody gonna respond now.
You know, I spent 12 years at Ethan Allen School for Boys as a social worker. And a lot of times, a kid with a behavior couldn't stand nobody to look at him, beat him up. Anger. They gave him all kind of anger management training and all that stuff. So one day, he said, Mr. Biddle, one of the kids, said, what can I do to stop being this way? I said, what I want you to do is to, before you react, before you hit it, stop for 1 minute and think about the consequences of your action. I said, that's just 1 minute. I said, after that 1 minute, you think about it, and if you still feel that way, go ahead and knock the hell out of it.
Yeah.
That's what I told him. And you know, some of those kids I see today, I be in the shopping mall, they walk up, I look at Mr. Bill, you straightened my life out. You did this, you did. Thank you, Mr. Bill. This is my wife, these are my kids. That gratification means more to me than I can explain.
And that feeling is worth more than money. That's why I don't understand a society on why we're so held in on money. It's like, it's not, it's after your general needs are met.
Dude, yeah, after a certain amount.
But he probably went and told a lot
doesn't
of
have a reason
that. They told somebody that. They told somebody that.
And you know, what you told that one person, it trickled down to other people.
That's the truth. God, that's the truth. Knowledge is like that. Like, you spread good knowledge, like Will Smith in that video. You know how many people he probably helped? Live, he possibly said, because his reach is so big, it had such a positive ripple that it's like, whoa. Exactly. Because so many people, I bet, sat in there and thought about it and like, hold on, why?
Like a lot of the kids that I talked to about Jackie Robinson. You know, Jackie was a great ball player. But that's all they know about. If you had 20 kids out there, oh, I wrote about Jackie Robinson. Every one of them wrote about Jackie Robinson. Because that's all the teacher can teach about is Jackie Robinson.
And the more knowledge that comes out.
The true history, she doesn't know because they sweep it under the rug. And this is what when I speak to them, I be looking for one person, one to take this further than what I have. Because I can't do it all. I've done it for 27 years now. and I'm getting older. I can't travel like I used to anymore, and I'm hoping that someone else will take it from where I took it and take it from, because there's a lot of history, and I'm leaving them information on it, how they can obtain it and get more information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's a thing though. A lot of our people, especially, yes. Like, and the reason why I've been able to have to think about stuff before reacting is because, and I was explaining this to somebody, I was like, you know what? I'm black. I don't have the privilege the luxury, the privilege of just reacting. No, I need to stop, take a look at the situation, process, and when I take the time, I can't react. Like, I have to think before acting. I have to. Because one person react, oh, they're just a little upset right now, versus criminal thug, lock them up, they're dangerous. Yeah. And that's just the reality of it. And I think that's it's helped me out, because now thinking,
I grew up in a close-knit family. We loved each other. And when I left home to go play professional baseball, I still had that in my heart. But when I got out there in this mean world, and those old men, and thank God for some of them living today, riding that bus every day, people calling you all kind of names and looking at you. And, you know, it was something that I had to learn how to hear it, look at it, and not hear it.
Yeah.
That's what they instill in us younger players. You look at this negativism, and you don't hear it. And we've been doing it. Negative.
Negativity. Oh yeah, I'm copyrighting that word.
Yep.
Negativism.
So those old men, they knew they had been going through this for years.
Negativism. Let me see.
Dude, negativism. We got a word of the day.
And I'm saying, you don't have to take this. Yes, they did.
So
because to do what they had to do, they had to take it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not having to thinking in consideration. My big thing though, not even reacting, is intention. Like, I can't get mad at somebody for something if they're not trying to like it's not even just anger. It's just he sad about something. Like, hold on, they're not trying to take this. So when you analyze your thoughts and how you're feeling, and feelings versus facts, because you can feel all kinds of stuff.
See, son,
feelings versus facts, man.
In my conclusion of the day, the negativism that I learned how to overcome, it affects me today in a small manner. And it affected me all my life, in my married life, because a lot of time my wife, you heard me talking to you.
So it's just not even here. All right.
Oh boy.
Okay, so let's talk about the poll of the week, which should be closing any second now. We ain't even been noon. But we got started earlier. Let's look at the votes. There we go. All right, so yeah, we talked about a little bit about this before we started the show. So we had the question of the week, and we posed this to the ladies, and we said, all things being equal, would you rather have an attractive short man or an unattractive tall man? And the results are in. We had 16 votes. And 13 women said that they would rather have a short and attractive man than a tall and unattractive man. Do you believe this, Dad? What are your feelings on that?
Well, I was one of those that said I would rather have an attractive short man. But my son on my right over here said, wrong. But I don't know.
That's for the ladies. Like they value different things, and that's one of those things. Our other polls were told a lot of other stuff too.
The tall man may be handsome and all that stuff, and some women go for that.
Yeah. So
and then there was black eye.
So let's ask
Short
this
man can't reach that high, so I would worry about this.
All right. So, what do you think about? Okay. So, do you think more women would want a beautiful but not funny? Do women value humor or looks in a man?
Humor.
See, this is a man who is lived. That's what they voted. Overwhelmingly voted. They said they'd rather have a funny guy than a good-looking guy.
That's right.
They value that.
I heard Mom Mabel said
On the first date, that was the question.
On the first date. Yes.
In the long run, yes, they value personality.
And on the first date starts.
I
They
heard
voted.
They lied.
They voted.
They lied.
Mom Mabel said the Ku Klux Klansman. She did a show and doesn't show up at Ku Klux Klan. She said she made them laugh so they forgot what they came to do.
Oh Lord, that's funny. All right, so Dad, we need a question for this week. The Biddle Me This question of the week. You think on it. And we'll put it up. We usually have 2 answers. One, blah, blah. But with you in here, we can have 3. Oh, Amy just commented. She said, short men have short man syndrome. There are benefits that come with a tall man.
See, I'm being honest.
He can reach higher for stuff. That's about it. He can get a ladder.
Only thing
So
he
Amy's
can
talking
do
about the
is
short man
indicate-
syndrome. So that mentality that they're always trying to measure up, they're never enough, so they're trying to overcompensate. That's what Amy's talking about. That's the psychologist. Amy's a smart one. Amy deceptive.
Yeah, but only thing a tall man can do in the kitchen is reach on the shelf and get stuff
That's what I was
that
saying.
they can't reach.
They want somebody tall.
That's ultimate. No, I agree.
Tall and ugly.
No, I don't think they. I think they would choose. Okay, then Deborah chimed in.
What's that?
Love Uncle Dennis, Biddle, great sense of humor. It helps us get through life. Yeah, true.
Women still want a tall, ugly man.
Women
versus
don't.
short, pretty one.
Women would rather have. Well, according to, I didn't have a horse in this race because I was like, I don't know. I know they like both things. So to choose, and then this one was a direct. You have to choose looks or height. They went for looks. They're not lying. They voted. Oh, is this the what Charles got? Monkey branching?
Yeah.
Which we define. I went and looked up monkey branching. What monkey branching actually is, and monkey branching is when a woman is with a person is with somebody. They make themselves seem they make themselves seem single, so they can attract more mates or whatever, so that they'll have the next one to jump off to. They basically are building their list of guys. So if this guy don't work out, or if this girl doesn't work out, they got the next one. That's what monkey branching is. And so what Jarvis was saying is that he said that most women are monkey branching. They're out there, they trying to be out and be seen as single and get the attention and all that, so that they have another person to jump to. That's what monkey branching is. Oh, shout out to Urban Dictionary. Thank you.
Jarvis was totally wrong about that.
Yes, he was. Like using it in the term. So, but he was Jarvis was saying last week, and he agreed with Jay. He said these women out here lying. They trying to appear like they want looks, they want humor over looks, when they really just want looks. But they don't want to look like they want the looks. They don't want to seem shallow.
They want tall over looks.
No, obviously not. See, now you go into another week. All right, Dad. So the real question is, when are you getting dreads? Never.
Can you imagine great dreads?
Well, it's been done.
Yeah,
It's been, you won't twist them up now.
I like my hair now. My daughter Amy, she wanted me to wear them dreads and all that
I already
stuff.
got the photo.
Trying to keep me looking young.
Well, these days you just look like one of the mumble rappers. Like, that's what they sound like now. I feel old now because I used to know. Oh, twisted. Like, but now it's just, they don't say enough.
This song,
Nowadays, they just harmonize and mumble.
Twisted.
See,
Twizzlers. Kit
see, a
Kats.
man is born, he lives a lifetime, and he dies. Then they bury him. Then he becomes fertilizer. He make the grass grow. Here come a horse along and eat the grass.
Mm-hmm.
And then he converts it into a byproduct. The moral of my story is you have to be careful what you step in these days because it could be a relative. You be somebody you know.
Definitely could. Yeah.
All right, Johnny Patton wrote in. He said, monkey branches sounds like hypergamy. The other thing George was talking about the week before. The action of marrying a person of a superior caste or class. So, marrying up.
I would marry up.
You know what marrying up is, right, Dad?
No.
Okay, so the term... Yo,
Marrying a woman with some money?
Yeah, marrying up. Or like a man marrying a woman.
See, most of the women with a lot of money don't attract me. Not attracted to me.
But it ain't about attractive.
I won't say that. I'm never around where they would attract me to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
I look at them on television and walking up the streets and stuff. But those kind of women, the Lord didn't make me that way.
The Lord didn't make you.
No. He didn't make me that way, son.
Lord, but the idea of marrying up is a thing.
Is what?
It's a thing. Like if a woman's marrying up, like she marries a man for his money, she's marrying up. So
Yeah.
they're in a certain class, and they're in lower class, and they marry up to middle class, or middle marrying up to high class. So the idea of that does exist. Deborah said, thanks, Dennis Biddle, for your contribution to Black History, baseball, and putting smiles on people's faces. See? You are valued, Daddy. And people, we tagged you in this, so people are seeing this. People and your friend list, they're going to be watching this. Lots of watching. All right, but we do need a question of the week for the poll. Build me this question of the week.
Why are human beings crooked? Why?
We are here to smile. WHTS. All right, why are people crooked? So you got to give two choices.
Okay, everybody is crazy. Human beings are crazy.
All women.
If you see any human being acting normal, they probably not well.
So Jay has a saying that he says all women are crazy.
Yes. I stand by that statement.
How do you feel?
I do. I stand by it.
I know how you feel. You repeated this multiple times. General public stupid, all women crazy.
See, crazy go a long way.
They lying. And Derek Jackson's a sucker.
Oh,
Crazy goes a long way. It can be beautiful and crazy, smart and crazy, dumb and crazy, or just plain crazy.
See, yeah.
But men still love it.
can't live without them.
Mm-hmm. And Michelle just chimed in and said, some men make women crazy.
Oh, I forgot that, baby. Some women, that is so true.
Deborah said, enjoy our journey. God bless. Great hands. But we need a question, Dad. We need a question for the poll.
Oh, give Michelle that. Come on with the question.
Hey, people watching, come on with a question. Let me say, you got that right, Michelle? All right, so we deal with so much more in life. You do. I get that. You do. You definitely do. But, see, women deal with more in life, but they also have the capacity for more pleasure and pain. And their senses are heightened. And they're like the bloodhound, the super version of human. Like, it's really weird. The plus, the upgrade, whatever. It's weird. It's weird when you look at it biologically. So, y'all come up with a question. Please, help us out. We need a question for the poll, for the Build Me This question of the week. I guess we can have 3 answers, can we?
Are all women crazy?
Love is like a game of checkers.
Are women crazy?
You got to know what man to move. Because if you mess around there and move the wrong man, you just might tear your Mason-Dixon line up. That's my comment to my young women.
Lord, help us all. Oh, man.
Do what you want to, but know what you're doing.
Michelle said that women are emotional creatures. They are. Johnny said, I think humans are crooked. It's due to resources, and the more resources, the better chance for survival. So people who ain't got nothing, the more crooked they are.
I can see that.
Yeah.
They're trying to eat.
Logical. Yeah.
I still believe all women are crazy. That should be the question of the week. Are women crazy?
All right, so let's give a see.
Women don't kill me.
See, this is what I was talking about.
Which means lose connection.
Nope.
But all these women don't kill me.
All right, so maybe
I'll be so honest.
so, but let's give it a triple. Let's give it a triple answer.
Are women crazy? Yes, no, or do men or men make them crazy?
Yes, no, or do men make them crazy?
No, men don't make them crazy. Society makes them crazy. Society, along with politics.
Oh, jeez.
He's right. I mean, society does, like, because it puts unfair requirements on women, like, that they think they have to reach.
But they're crazy for thinking that.
No, I mean, I can't say they're not crazy for thinking that. It's just the world that they're raised up with. Now, after education, they still choose that? Yeah, you're right.
They're crazy.
But I don't think a lot.
But they all think that.
Oh, here we go. Michelle's through with this one. Which sex is crazier? Which gender is crazier, men or women? Ooh.
Put that out there. I like that. I like it.
I like it, Michelle. You've done it. You've done it. You've done it.
And then you put out that crazy man, you show crazy woman, and
Yeah, so we Kanye and who? Kanye and who?
no, I was a ton of crazy women. You choose any one.
No, you pick one.
They all,
Since this is your thing, because I don't think.
They're all. You choose any woman, they all gonna fall into crazy.
Nah, we gotta have a
Crazy woman. Anyone.
Hold on, no, but we need to have a triple answer since we got Dad on the show today. Men, women, both.
Okay.
Both equally crazy. Let's see, that's too easy. Most people will pick that.
For both?
Yeah, it's too
I
easy.
said everybody.
If you gotta pick a side, then you're saying more people are that crazy.
That's women.
Yeah, we'll see what people vote.
I said they all crazy. Everybody crazy. See anybody acting normal, they ain't well. They sick.
We're gonna put that in the quote. Yes, Biddle said you think everybody crazy, but we want you to pick. What you want, men or women are crazier? Amy said, if your spouse or partner became paralyzed from the waist down, would you stay with them or cheat?
Yeah, we need Amy on here.
Amy, God dang, Amy, that was a deep one. All right, Michelle said, don't you think it depends on what you've been through?
Nope.
Let's take Kanye, for instance. He lost his mother,
He was crazy
married a
before that.
Kardashian,
He was crazy
and is
before
dealing with
that.
other
And
things.
he was crazy before that. Kanye was crazy before all of that.
He kind of, I don't know if he is
He was. Do
crazy.
your research. He's crazy before all of that.
Well, regardless of the fact, he crazy now.
But he's crazy before that.
Okay, so, Amy, you got a real good question. I think we're going to have to clean that one up, though. And we have to present that another day. But I like how it's genderless. So it's like, if your partner, your spouse or partner, got paralyzed, would you stay with them or leave them?
Dad?
That's the question. Now,
Dad?
forget the cheating.
Dad?
Well,
Tracy is watching.
if you're a young woman,
Oh, see, but
you
it's going to
would
be
probably
situational.
be better to disconnect yourself.
You found a nice word to say.
If you're a young
Disconnect
woman.
yourself.
If you're an older woman,
You don't break up with somebody, you disconnect.
you've been through enough.
Like it's a cell phone service.
So, important thing
I disconnected with him, girl.
may not matter anymore.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
If you're middle-aged,
I love it. Oh, I love it.
it wouldn't matter that much either because it's more than one way to skin a cat.
Oh, Lord.
That's what the old folks say. Only the young people will benefit from disconnecting themselves from this situation.
From the situation, not even the person. The situation. Oh, man.
Marriage situation.
Now, this is coming from
That's what you said, a marriage situation.
married or, yeah. Say married.
Yeah.
Oh, you paralyzed now? Time to disconnect. There's a disconnect clause. You get a disconnection notice. You'll get a disconnection notice.
Cause you save a lot of heartbreaks later on.
Amy said that was a good answer.
Who said that?
Amy said that's a good answer. She laughed at LOL. That's a good answer. Oh, you get a disconnection notice. No Dear John letter. You get a disconnection notice. That's great. Oh, that's great. I think we're gonna stick with our which is the crazier gender, men or women. But we need a picture for women. For women. Or should we just go with the symbols, with male and female?
You can do that.
So that way it's we not putting any faces on it. We're gonna put the gender symbols. Therefore, it's all clean because we've been asking too many questions to women, directed at women, blah blah, and men still voting. Who is Brock Biddle? Brock Biddle voting.
Brock Biddle?
Yeah. Brock Biddle voting. I don't know who Brock Biddle.
He must be one of your cousins.
He needs to speak up. Say something. Comment. Because if you don't know, I'm worried.
Well,
They just snuck in the family somehow. Shoot. I'm gonna need to see some genealogy.
Bill was a Rolling Stone. Look at you two.
Dude, I roll. But we gotta get Mama on the show too. Yeah, we gotta schedule a time with Mama one day when she's in town.
She in Madison right now. She gonna be in town.
Really? We gotta get her for a Wednesday. Definitely gotta get Mama in. But yeah, I think that's the question though. And we'll put it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna put up the poll. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. All that. But I think it's time for us to end this. So, everybody need to put themselves over. Where can people find you, Justin Biddle?
Justin Biddle. What is my Instagram?
J Nice
J Nice JNYCE 414.
on Instagram. And Facebook. You probably already tagged in it. Dennis Biddle, where can we find you in the world?
All over the country. All you got to do is Google Dennis Biddle and you'll find me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll be traveling the next 3 weeks. I'll be out of town, so catching up with me is going to be hard to do. You can always reach me by Facebook. Not Facebook.
Yes, Facebook.
No, email. Email me. BillDennis@yahoo.com. Buy my book, and all that information is in there. My book is Secrets of the Negro Baseball League. It's in all the stores. You can order it. If you want an autographed copy, though, you got to go to the Yesterday's Negro League Baseball Players Foundation. Autograph it and send it back to you.
Yep. And,
Thank you for listening to me.
Yes, all right. And I'm Benjamin Biddle and OC Benji everywhere. OCBENJI everywhere. That's where you can find me. Google that. All right, this has been Biddle Me This, episode 10.
X.
It's the X. Oh, we got down to the X. All right, bam. Episode 10 with our special guest. Dennis Biddle on location at Family Table in Bryan Deer. See you next week, y'all. Bye. Don't forget your gear. What gear you talking about, Amy?